I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. It's Friday. I'm excited. Listen, y'all, I'm going to let y'all know what we got to talk about today. First of all, the T-Wolves, they down 0-2. I know some people on this panel picked the T-Wolves to win the series. They down 0-2. Are they done? Is it already a fork in it? Can we talk about that? Yes. Okay, I want to see what Tomo got to say about this topic. We also got Tyrese Haliburton, former King. Sad music. Kind of sad right now, but Tyrese Haliburton cooking. He cooking while my GM is blowing up the kitchen. But anyways, he cooking, hit almost a game winner against New York. Is he a superstar, y'all? That's been the talks nowadays. We have to talk about that. Tomo, NFC East. The Tush Bus still alive. It's still alive. We got to react to the Tush Bus being voted to stay. We got to see what my brother got to say about that. Carl, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. We got to go over their schedules. I'm curious to see what Carl got to say about their schedules. It was funny what he said to me over the phone prepping for their show. Shout out to Carl for that one. And lastly, we got the R2 Locker Man. But look, y'all, Davey Dollars is not here, but y'all see him in the comments. We're going to do the comments in a second. But I got two more bros with me. I got Mr. Get Done Son, co-host of In the Red Corner, my boy Tomo. And we got Carl, the owner and host of CTC, Carl Talking College, the college sports guru. How y'all doing, fellas?
Man, I'm doing better than Julius Randle right about now. I can say that much, man. I give you a little preview of how I'm gonna talk about on this first topic. But other than that, we here. We talking sports. We got a long weekend for some folks. You know, for the folks that are working on Monday, make sure you get that double pay, that overtime. But I'm here. Refuse to lose Fridays. Refuse to lose. It needs to be running around with that Timberwolves on that. Somebody breathe.
Oh, that's probably me and my mic back then.
Yo. As soon as I said refuse to lose, the Timberwolves need to be saying that. I was like, yeah.
Accident.
Take a deep breath. But yeah, I'm here, man. I'm ready to talk some sports. Carl, Joe, what's up?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I might be said individual that got to talk about these T-Wolves who might have picked the T-Wolves. That might have been me, but it's all good. But you want to say you feeling better than Julius Randle? I'm feeling better than Matthew Boyd. Oh my God, he got smacked in the first inning by the Reds. It's not even funny. But I'm ready to talk about these sports. You know what I'm saying? We'd love to talk some Tigers. You know, number one team in baseball still, 33 wins. But let's get into it.
Shout out to the Tigers, for real. They're doing their thing. But listen, y'all, like I said, we got a great episode for y'all today. But before we get into the first topic, make sure y'all like this video. We are streaming this on 4 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So whatever platform you're watching it on, make sure you like that video, hit that like button. Make sure you follow and subscribe on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us everywhere. at Refuse to Lose Sports, except for Twitch and X. You can follow us there at R2L Sports. We are giving y'all content every single day on social media. And share this episode with somebody, anybody, so they could come on and watch the show live with you, and they can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to Little G Griffith, right? He's an Eagles fan. He or she, you are an Eagles fan. We appreciate you being on the show. Happy birthday to your aunt. All right. And Cardo was like, hold up, cuz. Don't say anything bad about my Cowboys. Hold up, how you beat it to Auntie? First of all, we got it out the way. But the Eagles, we here. Talking about the Cowboys, by the way. All right. Shout out to Cardo again saying 4-0 OKC. When Will he said in the chat, they done son. So shout out to Cardo. And then also, hold up, we got a super chat. Shout out to my boy Davey Dollars. He's not here right now, but he's here in the comments, as you can see, with the 199 super chat. Ant-Man, Trash Can Man, OKC, and 6. Obviously, he picked the T-Wolves. When I say individuals, Dave wasn't in that category. I'm talking about two other individuals. But we'll get to that. But last but not least,
going to HOA under the bus is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You just got here.
I'm sorry. Last but not least, well, not last but not least, it's Friday, Tomo. You know what we do. They told us in the comments, what do we do on Friday?
Turn me up.
Tomo, floor is yours.
Like that? Joe, do your thing, Joe. But Joe, like I said, man, you just got here. You know, you crossed over to the darker side of the HOA, and then you go back and take one step back outside, get some fresh air, and you're like, two people in the HOA want to pick the T-Wolves. But it ain't over yet. They say a series don't start until a team wins on another team's home court. So right now, we can see that SGA and OKC and whatever elemental Ps you want to put together with the NBA playoffs, they're up 2-0 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But SGA, after winning MVP, you see, I can just keep going with the acronyms right now because there's so much happening with this team. The 118-103 victory. Now the T-Wolves, like I said, they face an 0-2 deficit. They now are on their way back home with a series shift back to Minnesota on Saturday. And most people say historically, when a team is down a 0-2 deficit, sometimes it's a little bit impossible for them to not come back. They say teams that are down 0-2 have about a 7% chance of actually winning the series. 34 times out of 463 of the series this has actually happened. So, I mean, just like SGA is looking right now, and that's how some fans are feeling in Minnesota. But we got to ask, can the T-Wolves recover from this 0-2 deficit? And because my HOA is here and we had our conversation, you said we had to get back on the same page. We're on the same page now, and now we got to fight the chats. Carl, is it over for the T-Wolves?
I don't know if we're on the same page. I think it's over. I think it's over, man. I had Wolves in 6, and I know I'm the main one that say, man, the series don't start to the road team win. But, man, looking at these games, they be close. Minnesota, like J-Mo said, shout out to J-Mo, Minnesota game 1 looked like they was in complete control in the first half, was only up 4. OKC took control and never looked back. And then the same thing yesterday. Game was close. OKC took control, never looked back. And it's just like, once OKC gets rolling, it is nothing that the Timberwolves can do. And shout out to Dave, because he said Rudy Gobert would look unplayable. Kind of looking unplayable. He really is. I thought maybe you could stick him on check because he's fleet of, I don't want to say fleet of foot. He got the foot speed to stick with Chat, while Julius Randle is more so the muscular one that could probably stick with Hartenstein. But I don't even know. I don't know what Gobert can do out there, to be honest with you. And another thing, with OKC is just Shea. He's doing a really good job scoring in that mid-range. We already know he's a mid-range assassin. There's nothing he can't do in the mid-range. He is getting some flop-ish calls, but that's what you're going to deal with SGA. I don't think it's egregious like somebody in the Eastern Conference, but he everybody's going to manipulate the rules here and there, so I don't really blame Shea too much like a lot of people do. I really don't get the SGA slander or, hate or whatever. I don't get it. But, yeah, I think this is over. The T-Wolves will have to play bonkers for like 4 games to win, and I just don't see it. I don't. Ant-Man had a I think he had a really good game, and it didn't matter. They still got blown out. Now Julius Randle did have one bad game. I'm not going to slander Julius Randle too much. They happen. He's been playing well throughout. I think he was allowed a bad game, even though for the playoffs you can't have one. But all the other performances he had, it was bound to happen in my opinion. So I don't want to get on Julius Randle too much. But one last thing I want to say before I pass it. I do think Jaden McDaniels needs to be involved in the offense a little more. I've been feeling that way since last year. I watch Jaden McDaniels and he just plays defense and then he goes sit in the corner. Like, I don't get it. I do think Jaden McDaniels has a capability on offense to where I'm not saying running plays for him, but like get him involved. It literally seems like his job is to catch the ball. If you got an open shot, shoot it. If not, get off the rock. And I just think he's a little better than that. But yeah, I think this is over. I thought the T-Wolves would take one at OKC. Didn't even come close to taking one at OKC. I think it's a wrap.
I might be what you call. I came on here, I thought my hype message was gonna get to him. I thought the T-Wolves was gonna come out and be like, you know what, we're gonna steal at least one. We're gonna get one. These youngins, man, they due for at least one game. And the person that was really due for one game was Julius Randle. I mean, it went around, they were saying Julius Randle, we need to apologize to him. And it kind of felt like I was watching Baby Boy, man. He went out there, got the 6 points. It was like he was with the Knicks. Everything that you did in the series before, you ain't mean that, Jody. You was just running your mouth like you always do. And that's what it felt like last night. I'm like, 6 points? You're going to need every weapon possible against this team. I sat up here, I listened to Dave and Joe. They was like, Tomo, you sure? You sure you want to go with the Wolves? And I'm like, yeah, man. Maybe it's because the AI spirit in me is just like, you know what? When the underdog is there and he feel like he got the crowd behind him, something just going to happen. Some magic going to happen. And SGA said, I got magic for you. Check out these last 5 games. 38 points, 31 points, 35 points, 32 points, 31 points. That's just SGA. We ain't even going to talk about how Jay Will is like, you know what, SGA, I got you. You want to rob into your Batman? I'm going to make sure we close these games out too. Then Rudy Gobert, he said, I'm going to look like the second coming of one of the Monstars against the Lakers, and then I'm going to just go back and lose all my powers when we go up against Chet. Because I was with you, Carl. I thought he was going to be a good equalizer for Chet, at least just to be in the presence of him. Like, just be the presence. Like, hold your arms up. Do something. And now it's looking like they're going to have to bench him, and hopefully Randle can show up. But it might be over in 5. I'm going to give the Wolves at least a game. I'm going to give them a game. I'm not going to just jump off the bandwagon that easy.
Oh, was I supposed to say how many games are supposed to be over?
No.
Okay, I ain't
when they
get
say
swept. I think they get one in Minnesota, but I think the series is a wrap still.
Yeah, nah. We both said 6. I think they at least get 1 now. Wait, yeah.
Muted. He wasn't muted.
Now he is muted.
No, his mic.
Nah, he not.
There you go.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he got some guests over there. That's what it is. He got some guests. Like Julius Randle's people are just in his head right now. He can't really get his thoughts out. So he's gonna sit on the bench. He's gonna think about it a little bit more. Then he's gonna come back to us.
He ain't gotta think about nothing. I'm about to say, I already know what he about to say. He about to go crazy.
I'm sorry, my manager walked down.
That's what I was saying.
Sega. Go ahead, say it. Sega.
I wasn't gonna do it yet, Carl, but I try to tell Tomo. Try to tell you, man. Try to. I told AJ when they were still playing the Nuggets, not even the Timberwolves wouldn't even pass the Warriors yet. I said, AJ, when they beat the Nuggets, this their championship. It's over. I get it. Y'all love Anthony Edwards. What did I tell you, Tombo? Anthony Edwards is Atari, and that's what it's called, right? And Sega is Sega. That's what it is. They not on the same level right now. And it's proven and showing. So my whole thing is this. First of all, OKC has the best player. Check. SGA. He's the best player in the series. OKC has the better team. So why would we think the Timberwolves would beat OKC. It makes no sense, right? So the reason why the Nuggets took them to 7 games was because of the Nuggets experience. When I turn my TV on and watch the game, I'm like, yo, OKC is better. It's just the Nuggets, they got an extra gear they kick into because they have the experience and they have Jokic. So once they got past over that mental hurdle, the Timberwolves, we playing the Timberwolves, it's like, yo, they ain't got Jokic. They got Anthony Edwards, who is good, but we got SGA. We got the better player. So we not tripping. And they just as young as us. What are we scared of? So, and then here's the thing I want to talk about too. OKC Thunder. Did y'all know that they lead the league in not turning the ball over? They average 11 turnovers a game, which is first in the NBA. They also force the most turnovers a game, which is 17. And they also, that's points over turnovers. And they also deflections. They average 21 deflections a game, which is number 1 in the NBA. So although they have been one of the worst 3-point shooter teams in the playoffs right now, they are able to still win and blow teams out because of their defense. This is one of the best defense. I remember when Boston had Udoka, and people said, man, this is the best defense we've seen in the playoffs in a long time. Oh, check out OKC. Check out OKC. OKC is much better because they are great turnovers. Boston was very physical. OKC is physical and creating turnovers. Now, and SGA, can we stop with this foul merchant thing? Can we please stop it? You know, because when you have I ever heard anybody call Jokic a foul merchant? Because he be looking for fouls. If y'all watch Jokic play, he be searching for fouls. And I know exactly who Carl's talking about. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is one of the worst dudes in the NBA that I've seen. Him and Luka are the top 2 guys. If you don't want to throw harder than because he's not.
Oh yeah, that was for sure. Yeah. I was going to win.
But Jalen Brunson and Luka are the 2 players I see every play literally hunting for fouls.
False accusation.
No, it's not. Jalen Brunson be flopping. Pay attention tonight. He be flopping like crazy. Now, SGA, what he does is just smart. All great players does this. Jimmy Butler, he always find a way to get to the line. Have anybody ever called Jimmy Butler a foul merchant? No. When your shot is not on, you go to the free throw line. And look at this. Out of all the players all time in the 12-game span in the playoffs, did you know that SGA is 406th place in free throw attempts in NBA history? He hasn't even taken a bunch of free throws. Now, he took a lot last night. He took 15 last night, I believe. But throughout the whole playoffs, he hasn't lived at the line. He got his bucket the harder way. Shout out to Penny. So, my whole thing is, let's start calling him a merchant because you take away everybody's free throws, he's still leading the league in scoring. So let's stop it, please. And he leads the league in drives per game. He should lead the league in free throws attempts. So my whole thing is, it's a wrap. I said OKC in 5. I'm gonna stick with it. I think the Wolves will get 1 at home, but it's OKC in 5.
Don't worry about it. If the Wolves find a way to win this, I know it's a stretch, but if the Wolves find a way to win this, I'm gonna feel like Draymond. But Joe, you said something about them.
How you feel now?
Everybody said, huh?
Nah, I'm gonna be like,
I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, what I'm saying is, I guarantee something, and it's gonna actually come through. You get what I'm saying? But you talking about the turnovers?
It don't count, bro. Stop it.
It counts.
No,
it counts.
It does. Part of the
1,
game.
2, 3, 4.
No, bro. I'm pretty sure he didn't intend for Steph to get hurt.
He didn't intend to say that on TNT. That's what he should have not intended to say. But OKC in this series, Joe, you said something about leading when not in turnovers and deflections. The points off of turnovers, 53-20. That right there is gonna kill you. That's gonna kill you. And it was too many times just in this game where you would see Ant or anyone else on the Timberwolves have an open shot and then they'll go for a pump fake and then just hold the ball. It's like, you can't do that. You got to take the shot when you can get it because this team is ready to run. But like I said, they'll get 1.
And I do want to say this lastly before you move on, y'all. The reason why I didn't think Minnesota would beat them. I thought the two best teams in the West that had a chance to beat OKC were the Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors. And the reason why, because the type of offense they run. Minnesota's a lot of isolation. You're playing right into OKC hands for real. The way to beat a great defense is a lot of ball movement, a lot of guys running around. Man, it's just real. Great defenders, they don't want to chase nobody. They want you to isolation. Okay, I got you. That's okay. So why was against Eddie Edwards? Oh my gosh. I was like shocked that he couldn't get past him. Like that was great defense. And then when you get the ball, they got 2 or 3 guys around you just trying to deflect the ball all ball. So, but the Warriors, the way they play with Steph on the floor, they have a chance. The Nuggets, how they play with guys constantly moving off ball, they have a chance. But Minnesota, they have no chance because how they run their offense.
Yeah.
Unless they go crazy from 3, which they've been trash all playoffs.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. Just in that last game, at some point, I think OKC went to a zone. And like you said, that fed right into it. Because every time the Timberwolves would try to go into the paint,
zone, right? Then Minnesota go to the zone?
I think OKC had 1-2-1 at one point. Because it was every time they were going to paint, it would be like 5 people on Ant. It was like 5 people there every time. And it was like one possession where Julius Randle was trying to impose himself on Chet. He got the rebound miss, got another rebound miss. Some people would say he was looking like Angel Reese, but that's another comment for another day.
That was early in the game. I know you're talking about.
Hey, chill out, bro.
Yeah, that was.
About to get
he was trying his hardest, man. He was
Tomo about to get killed in the comments.
Kill me. I mean, you watched. Subscribe.
They don't care.
I got some more for you. Subscribe. I got some more.
They about to call Tomo Uncle Ruckus and all that. That is crazy.
Now I do like the Boondocks. But you will not call me that. I will tell you that.
Hey, I got one thing to say.
Riley.
I got one thing to say. Hey, Joe, I take offense to that Atari comment because I had an Atari growing up. So I take offense to that. But
how old are you, bro?
I'm 30.
I know. I never had that. I know how you had that. I never had it.
I think that's what I had. Yeah, the Atari.
You did not. You had a Dreamcast.
You ain't had no Atari.
I ain't had no Dreamcast. My uncle had one. But I promise you, I didn't have a Sega. What? I promise. I think I had an Atari.
I was playing Sega when I was like 7.
Yeah, I didn't have that. I had an Atari, bro. Before the PlayStation, I had an Atari.
What? You didn't skip Nintendo and Sega?
We know
I'm pretty sure I had an Atari, bro. But anyway.
Nah, join the chats because we go. Yeah, join the chats because we gonna have to finish this conversation.
I'm gonna tell y'all, and I almost put this in the comments when I put Wolves in 6. I legit picked the Wolves because I thought Ant-Man was just going to will them to the series. That's legit why I picked them.
I did too, bro.
That's legit. Legit. I almost put this might be player bias, but I love Ant, and I think Ant's gonna will him to 6. So I'm cool with being wrong.
He's a call line by his age.
I'm not lying. It might not be an Atari. Maybe it wasn't, but maybe I forgot what it was called. But I had Jungle Book and something, but it wasn't a Sega. I know that, and it wasn't a Dreamcast.
You might have had the Sega Saturn.
Nah, my uncle had. I didn't have a Sega. I don't know what it was. My brother broke it anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I legit just picked them because I ain't gonna lie. But we can move on to the next one. Can I start the next one?
You definitely can, because we gonna roll right into that because I'm with you on that, Carl. I definitely I picked it too because of that. But this kid here, Joe, I don't know, man. I know join the chats because Ty say a lot about a player, and then he'll find a way to just troll you all day. And he's been saying it for like the last 2 years that the Pacers have won the trade. The Pacers have won the trade. And then Joe will go back and be like, but we made the playoffs too. The Pacers have won the trade. And this guy here is just keep making play after play after play. Now, I know he thought he stepped on the 3-point line. I know he thought he stepped behind it to make this moment happen. Regardless of how it happened, the moment is there. The Knicks are upset. You cannot wear a Pacers jersey in the Garden right now, but his name is ringing bells. We're talking about SGA being the MVP, but we got to talk about Haliburton being a superstar because it's there. Outside of the wild outfits, man, this guy's name is out there. So, Carl.
The Halle Band. I've been a part of the Halle Band, bruh. We here. I know I trolled Ty. You know why? Because like you said, he gonna find a way to troll you. So I gotta do it in the chats. But I'm the Halle Band. We here. Tyrese, what I say when I was on the show last time? He's clutch. He's efficient. He's one of the best point. I didn't say best pure point guard. I say he's one of the best point guards in the league. And he keeps showing it time and time again. Now, Aaron Nesmith deserves a lot of credit for that comeback as well, because he just went out. Can I say this? He went nuclear. I don't think that's a bad word on YouTube, but he went nuclear. The 3 that he hit to make it a 2-point game, but I think he was like almost vertical or parallel, with the ground, was crazy to make it 121, 123. Nesmith was on fire, but the balls to, I don't like this look. Run back to the 3-point line and shoot that shot and make that shot. That's his superstar moment. That's his I'm here moment. And let's not forget, they made the ECF last year. Now Tyrese Haliburton got hurt, and Andrew Nembhard had to step up in that. But with or without Tyrese Haliburton, I think they win a couple games against Boston. Again, he is efficient. He scores when he needs you to. Look no further than the Cleveland series. When they were down a bunch, I believe it was game 2. Who else but Tyrese Haliburton started that run, and he hit a 3 from the logo within that run. So he does it all. He does it all, man. I think he's a superstar. I think he is. And by the way, talking about that trade, I used to always try to be like, well, it was a fair trade. I can't do it no more, bro. Pacers clearly won.
That's only because I think the Kings gave up Fox in the end and kind of like blew their whole team up. So,
well, it was what Joe tried to make it seem, because they got Sabonis out of that, and then they leveraged pieces from that to get Herter and all that. I'm like, it was a fair trade, Pacers got their point guard in the future. Y'all got Sabonis to pair with Fox. It's over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals twice, and we haven't gotten the first round. We only made playoff game.
Go ahead, Joe. Is Haliburton a superstar?
You know what's weird? You know how we're stuck with the Jimmy Butler superstar thing, right?
I was waiting to hear. This is why I wanted to hear it from you.
Oh my God, go ahead.
I can't call him a superstar yet, because yes, in the regular season he made All NBA one time. He never been an MVP candidate. I don't think he led a league in anything ever. But he did take his team to the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years in a row. Sound like somebody else I know who we call a superstar, but kind of got the same accolades. Let me think about it. Oh, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards has one All-NBA, not first team like Tyrese Haliburton. Anthony Edwards led his team to the West Conference Finals twice, like Tyrese Haliburton. Anthony Edwards has never been a true MVP candidate. Never. He never led anything in the league outside of 3-point makes. He didn't do it this year. So, like, if Anthony Edwards is a superstar, how come Tyrese Haliburton isn't? And I think the reason why is because I don't know. Because Anthony Edwards got playoff games where his stats look crazy, but Haliburton got playoff moments that are called superstar worthy. So what we're going to but I can't. I don't know. I can't call him a superstar yet.
You can say it, bro. A lot of
people.
So
I don't know why. I don't know why we're giving the pass to Anthony Edwards. I think it's because of how he plays. It's because of his smile. He talk trash. He's very confident. Oh, he's very confident. All them good things. So I'm going to say no right now because I don't want to jump him up there yet. I think I have to see a little bit more from him because one thing about Anthony Edwards, he is a leading scorer for his team, but he's a point guard though. Haliburton's a point guard. Is he supposed to lead the league? And he don't turn it. Like game 1, he had 11 assists and 1 turnover while being clutch. But right now, I'm going to say no.
It's because he's corny, Joe. A lot of people
I was trying to save you from saying that.
I don't think he's corny, but a lot of people think he's corny, especially because he instantly, as soon as he made it, he did the choke. Like it seemed forced. A lot of people are calling him corny like that, just like a lot of people call JT corny.
I like that he did that.
I'm not mad at it either. I do feel like it was kind of forced though a little bit, but I'm not mad at it either.
I kind of love that he did that because Reggie was there. Like, and they were up like almost like 10.
No,
The Knicks
they were
were
like 14 or something like that.
the Knicks was up, and it was like, bro, you could wrap this game up. And next thing you know, they found a way to win it. So that is a choke. That's a choke job, some people would say. But do I think he's a superstar, Joe? Everything you said about Ant Edwards is, I think Ant Edwards kind of forced himself into the limelight. Not forced himself, but he kind of like, once he got the limelight, he was there. You got to think of all the players that he kind of reminds you of. And I said it, it's the AI effect. We've seen AI growing up, and everybody's like, look, the league's kind of been missing this. He is scared to talk about how he want to play against LeBron, or how he wants to be the best, or how he wants to compete against the best. And everyone's kind of like, man, we like that, bro. We miss that energy. And he in Minnesota, so some people probably like, oh, this our Garnett. So they remembering Garnett. It was kind of like, boom, there you go. And when the camera's on, he shines. So that's another reason why some people just threw him up there into the superstar status. But you're right as far as like earning it. You're earning it. But I also heard something on, I think it was First Take, where they were talking about how, I don't think it was First Take. I forgot where I heard it from. Too many sources. But they basically were saying most superstars that we talk about in today's league were kind of already predestined to be a superstar. Like MJ, when he got to the league, they were like, all right, he's not supposed to be a number 2, number 1 pick in the league, but they picked him over a big man. And why is he flying through the sky like this? Kobe. He was like, okay, we see Kobe's here. He's fresh out of high school. What are he going to do? LeBron, we already know what the LeBron run was, the chosen one. Like, we already knew what that was. I would say one player that kind of like just leaped the line was Steph. It was just like, okay, this kid can shoot, but you got to think Steph kept going through all the injuries. And then next thing you know, once he got one underarm and the ankles was better, plateau, he took off. Kevin Durant, it was like, okay, is he going to be better than LeBron? Is it going to be, what is he going to be? It's a 7-footer that's shooting threes and making the game look so easy. It's just like, it was just predestined for them to be superstars. Haliburton, on the other end, you play for the Pacers. Some people going to say it's the market. And like, he don't have enough games for us to be like, is he a superstar? I know you looking like that, Carl, but some people going to say that. And then they're going to throw out what you said. He's a little corny, but I don't think he's corny. I think he's just out here winning games. Like, you can't be mad at the guy for winning games. So my real question is, if Tyrese gets his team to the finals, we already on refuse to lose. I'm bringing it back to our universe. As far as the Jimmy Butler question that we already asked, if some people can say Jimmy Butler a superstar, you can't be the same person to come on here and say Haliburton that. And that's why I like what you did there, Joe, where you just like, I don't know yet, because you kind of did the same thing on the Jimmy Butler topic. So if you ask me, is he a superstar? I'm going to say not yet. The song definitely helped. That the song, but his name being in the song, and now kids kind of being like, oh, what the Haliburton? So now it's in their head, and now he's balling and making big shots. You put 2 and 2 together. If you on social media, and that's what's driving the world right now, you got Haliburton. What the Haliburton? I mean, TikTok, the Knicks, the Pacers winning. It's just all kind of conjuring up for him to be one of those big names. But if he makes it to the finals, as far as refuse to lose universe, you have to have some conversations.
Now, go ahead, Carl.
Because I'm the only one that said yes, so I want to say this. I do agree that a lot of people's superstardom was predestined. I do agree with that. But I think it's because, again, just like I said with Jimmy Butler, his game ain't quote unquote sexy. He don't dunk on people. He plays below the rim. His jumper is ugly. His shot is ugly. Like, we can all agree there, right? His shot is unusual. That was my one knock on Tyrese Haliburton. His jump shot was kind of slow coming out of Iowa State. But I always said, if you allow him to get it off, it's cash. But he doesn't do anything like to wow you. Even like his bag isn't the greatest. Like, if you look at him on the ISO,
he be skating ISO. He be hopping the whole time.
Yeah, all he do is he's just crossing. But it's nothing like, it's nothing crazy. Yeah. So that's why I feel like people aren't in a rush to put him in a superstar, because he doesn't do anything that wows you. He just I think, in my opinion, he plays the game the right way. He's, again, super efficient. He's going to make the right play. And when he needs to, he steps up and scores. Mm-hmm. He does do that. But I think that's why people aren't labeling him as a superstar yet. If his bag was cleaner, or if he was out here dunking on people or making super crazy highlight plays, I think he would have been a superstar. And it also doesn't help that he dropped in the draft. Like, the Pistons were supposed to draft him that year, I think like an 8 or something like that. And he dropped. He was still a lotto, but we were supposed to draft him. We were projected to draft him. I do remember seeing that a lot, and he dropped to
Hold on,
y'all.
what pick did we have?
Don't bring up the draft, Carl.
I think he went.
He went like double digits. He didn't go top 10 because I
Yeah.
remember. No, he didn't go top 10. Look it up. I think he went like 12, 11 or 12.
You know why I say don't
For
bring up
real?
the draft, Carl?
I think so. Because I remember saying I
12.
thought.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, I remember saying I thought Tyrese was a lotto, but I didn't think he was top 10.
That was crazy. I
He
do
was
want
supposed
to
to come to us, and he dropped.
I do want to say this though.
You know what?
Anthony-
Go ahead.
Anthony Edwards is a superstar more, in my opinion, is because he actually elevated his game in the playoffs, and he's been around the block longer than Tyrese Haliburton in the playoffs. Tyrese Haliburton is his second year in the playoffs, and you look at the numbers, his regular season numbers with Indiana are actually better than the playoffs. When Anthony Edwards, he actually take him to another level in the playoffs. So. And then Jimmy Butler ain't a superstar because he does nothing in the regular season, bro. Like literally, like he's never in consideration of anything but defensive stuff, right? He was all NBA because with third team maybe, you know what I mean? He's never know first or second, and he's inconsistent. But Anthony Edwards against Memphis, he was good. Against Denver, he was good. And last year, he was good. This year, he's been pretty good.
Against
Up and down. Up and down.
He's been up and down. This probably is his worst playoff run, in my opinion. Even though it's
But
still
I
good.
feel like Tyrese, although you can say the numbers say he don't elevate his game, he's been consistent. That's one thing you had to.
No,
Tyrese.
he hasn't. He has some bad games, Carl.
What has he? He had one. I remember the one game against Cleveland. He had like 4 points. I do remember that. That was bad. I think that was game.
And then last year, he had a couple of games when he disappeared. Last year,
I don't remember that.
Against New York, he had a bad game, and against who else?
New York went 7. If you had one bad game out of 7,
bad, like a 4-point game. But I'm not gonna knock him. I'm not gonna say not a superstar because of that though. But my whole thing is, I think because Ant been around longer, Tyrese is his second playoff run. That's why I feel like he gotta do more because he's not doing nothing. Now he having moments. And Indiana is more of a team effort too, although he's a point guard, but he's not really standing out like he is.
He got multiple game winners.
No,
and he needed these runs.
That's what I'm saying. He has moments. I understand that. My whole thing is because he is the point guard, it's gonna be tougher for him because Ant is a scorer. The option of the game is to put the ball in the basket. It's the option of the game. And Anthony Edwards does that the best in his team, and it's clear. It's like, okay, he's the guy. If Ant is not playing good, they're not winning. But we can't say that about Tyrese Haliburton. So I think he has to do a little bit more to get that superstar tag.
See,
this is the thing. This is the series to do it, though.
I agree with this. Tyrese Haliburton he's going to pass more than he's going to score. But when the rubber needs to meet the road and he has to score, he does it.
Yeah, he does.
He does it very well. And this is one thing I meant to talk about, Tomo. You said that Indiana is not the market. A lot of people say Indiana is the place to be for basketball. So I think, although you might think of Indiana is not a big market in terms of like, I guess you want to say like popularity, but for basketball,
no, that's what I mean.
Basketball, it's a big market.
Yeah, it's the home. It's the home of like basketball. You got Hoosiers and all of that, but I'm talking about like popularity. Like that's not a big market.
Maybe a different sport, like football. Maybe basketball. I disagree.
Look, Carl, what do you think about this comment?
I saw it. No, he wasn't.
I don't think he's a superstar. But Chauncey Billups a superstar when the Pistons were making their playoff runs and won a chip. No disrespect to your man's, Carl.
No, but still a little different.
All right, I want to push back on the market.
And Chauncey was my favorite player in that era. I think it's a little different.
I'm gonna push back because when you think of like NBA, you're thinking of the big cities, the big markets that's gonna actually sell. Marketability, like LA, Miami, these are the cities that I'm talking about. New York. You don't think of Indiana when you're like,
or Minnesota though.
I disagree in basketball. Football, a different sport. I might tend to agree with you. Basketball, Indiana.
No, Carl, you're talking about Indiana in that state. We're talking about he's talking about
in the NBA.
In the NBA, you don't think about Indiana, but you don't think about Minnesota though.
You don't.
That's why I said when the camera's on. That's why I said when the camera's on, he shines, and that's why more people are like getting pulled to Minnesota. Kind of like with LeBron. Cleveland's not a big market, but LeBron was the best player in the league.
Yeah.
So people started pulling to it. Once he left, you see what happened to Cleveland. It went back to Cleveland.
And although it's in California, but the Warriors aren't nobody really watched the media didn't really talk about the Warriors until Steph really got there.
Yeah, I agree. But
OKC.
I think it's a little different in Indiana because of how much basketball is touted in Indiana.
I get where you're going.
But same thing with Oklahoma City though.
Yeah.
Not really. Not in terms of, not like Indiana.
Not like Indiana, but you gotta think about it. The Sooners obviously was king.
That's
in
a football.
Oklahoma.
That's a football state.
But I'm in OKC. I think the Thunder took over OKC.
Yeah, because the Sooners weren't good. I ain't gonna say they did suck. The Sooners suck, but they also had like 6 receivers that was hurt, so that's kind of not their fault. But they suck. They just it was bad.
Blaze, I'm with you. LeBron was the market, and right now he definitely still is the market. But if, like I said, this is the series for Haliburton to get his name on the map because you're going up against one of those big, let's put it like this, big media teams. How about that? The media market for Indiana isn't good for him to get his notoriety out there. Like Jalen Brunson at this point.
Like Joe said, Minnesota is probably below Indiana, in my opinion. Would you agree or disagree?
Yes. Yeah. If you take away the stars, yes, they are.
So I don't think that's the reason.
But here's the thing, Tomo. I think what he has to do is not. I think if he beats New York, we're not gonna leave him a superstar. Even if they lose to OKC, if he
get his name up there.
Yeah. I agree with that because everybody's actually watching. I don't think people actually watch Indiana. And now, if they beat New York and they play OKC and they push, I'm not saying 7 games, but they challenge OKC more than they superstar Anthony Edwards there, and Tyrese was good, and he continued to have these clutch moments, then yes, people might say, listen, Indiana lost, but a superstar was born in the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
That might be like a saying, like people might say that.
And that's essentially what happened with Ant. It was like, we understand what the Timberwolves were, but he just beat LeBron. Like, bro, they weren't supposed to do that.
No, he was just before that.
But I'm about to say, he low-key became a superstar when they wanted to play in.
No, I think when he beat Denver, that's when everybody was like, he's a superstar.
That was the next team I was going to
Game 1. It was game 1, though. Game 1, when he went crazy, he was in all those minis and going to the cup, and he had a dunk. Everybody like, superstar was born today.
If Ant played in Indiana, the Pacers would get more primetime games. The shoes on the other foot.
Yeah, but that's not because of the market. At that point, that's because of the player.
I do, because of the player. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm because of the player.
But the player is all right. Maybe y'all not getting my point.
No, I get you. And it's more, his game is more superstar-esque. If you get what I'm saying, like he got the highlight dunks, he got the step back 3, he has the mid-range game. A lot of he has the Jordan comparisons, which is still crazy. But
I don't know the numbers, but I won't be surprised if the Timberwolves had more primetime games than OKC this year. And OKC had the best record last year.
No,
so
that's because of Ant.
Because he's more flashy. People actually say like SGA is born. I'm like,
that's crazy.
SGA is pulling the Chris Paul. He putting all his homies on. Like SGA making sure all his homies get commercials and all that too. So like it's a team thing then.
Oh snap!
But
I don't know if he froze.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm like,
Carl.
What's up?
K had received 6 first team votes, the most by in all NBA third team selection.
Hey, I don't care as long as he made it because Detroit get disrespected. So
but
at
he
least
had
we
more
got
first
something.
team votes than Steph, Evan Mobley, and Brunson combined, and they all made second team.
Disrespected. How? How does that work?
I don't know.
Disrespected. Y'all don't believe me when I say this.
That's crazy.
They don't want Detroit to have nothing. I was happy until you just said that.
I know you doing this, and I was like, I ain't done yet. Let me finish reading it.
Bro, like we get disrespected. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I want to say one more thing before we move on to the NFL about the Tyrese. The reason why I said earlier, Carl, why I said don't bring up the draft is because there's a story about Tyrese Haliburton and the Wizards was about to draft him. This was right before I think John Wall had tore his Achilles. I think he got injured the second time. And Tyrese was like, I don't want to go to the Wizards. It's a dead-end franchise.
I'm sorry, bro.
So, Tyrese, they was about to draft him. He was like, nah, I ain't trying to go there.
He was good to go with the Kings?
He was trying to build something. He was like, I don't want to go there
once you
because
at 12, you want to stay Lotto at that point.
True.
hey, you got to think about it. He was like, John Wall did the whole Bradley Beal thing, but he was like, I don't want to go to that dead end franchise. I was like, hey, bro, I don't wish nothing but the best for you.
Yeah, facts, Blaze. DC a big market. I don't know why people don't want to come here. That's crazy.
You can answer that question, bro, if you really think about it. Sorry, Tomo.
What you mean, the Wizards?
Yeah.
All we need is a turnaround season like the Commanders. Nobody wanted to go to the Commanders till Jaden Daniels showed up.
Hey, shout out to my boys, 85.
Andrew Peters too gets a lot of credit for that,
But I'm just saying, you gotta have like what we building now. People may want to show up. But DC is a football team anyway. They don't really care about other sports here. They care about the Commanders.
Oh no, they care about the sports because that's them joints they win the championships in. They care about baseball and hockey. Well, probably not baseball no more.
Football king everywhere though. If you win it,
somebody else says it.
Not even Joe. Not even you winning, bro. Y'all were bad, and all you would hear on the radio is they would bring up the Caps. They would give the Caps a few segments. They would give the Nats a few segments, but the majority of the topic was football. Like, what are we going to do in the football season?
You know why? Because out of all the sports, there's way more hope in football than any other sport. Because football is only 16, 17 games. And there's one game elimination in playoffs. Basketball, bro, you look at your roster and like, yo, we ain't winning nothing. Shit. I'm sorry. Hockey, same thing. Baseball, same thing.
I can't speak on hockey.
Yeah, if it's tiers, Joe,
hockey's 82 games. And then your team, see, I don't watch hockey a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
If I watch hockey all the time, I do NBA, I can look at my team and say, we could probably make the playoff. But my team, like the Wizards of hockey, it's like, nah, we ain't talking about the Captain. It's 82 games.
If you talking about here, it's Commanders, Caps, and everybody else.
Because the Caps actually won recently, though.
Before that.
I don't know, Tomo. When the Wizards had Gilbert and them boys.
I'm telling you, Joe, go to a Caps game.
Because
they probably were second when Gilbert and them was cooking.
Behind the Wizards never won nothing, though, since the 70s. If the Wizards do what we did, like you said, they'll go up there.
Yeah,
the Caps fans was loyal, bro.
No, I agree with Joe. I was making a joke when I said that because the Nats suck. But continue. I can go silent all y'all want. Y'all suck.
Nah, we just had to let that breathe for a second. And just like Carl and his nonsense, we're gonna talk about these owners and their nonsense.
Should I say the record?
Continue with the nonsense as we push through this segment. Joe, get that clip fired up for me before we have to kick somebody off the stage. Oh, this is the best clip ever, Joe. I ain't think you was gonna go right into it. Like, that's crazy. But there was a NFL decision came out because there are a few teams that decided that this play here should have been banned, and we can see one team that definitely voted for it. And number 4 is the reason why they voted for it. But there's also a few other teams I think that voted for it, like several other teams. I'll just name a few because I can't run down the entire list. Because I think it was the Commanders, the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Packers, Bills, and a few other teams. Like, I don't have the list up right now. But
Bills, I thought voted against it.
That's what I'm talking about. Voted against it. I thought they voted for the ban.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The teams that voted for the ban. Yeah. The Ravens were one of the teams that voted for to stay in play. But
yeah, Mark Andrews get to work.
And he should have did the tush push instead of trying to act like the ball was wet. But it came out that the owners were like, you know what, this play and everything that you all are trying to say that it's not, we kind of think it's okay. So spend the offseason and do the work. But fellas, can we put this behind us like the tush push and get across the goal line and just say the play is the play and we can continue? Or should we react to how this actually makes the other owners feel in the NFL? And Joe, since your team is the one team that kept trying to jump all sides, I don't know what he was doing there. But how you feel about the tush push not being banned?
I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked it wasn't banned. And I'm gonna read the teams that did not vote, that voted against the ban. Philadelphia Eagles, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, shout out to Detroit, Jacksonville Jaguars, Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, New Orleans Saints, New York Jets, and Tennessee Titans. There are only, outside of Philly, only 2 teams in the NFC voted for it to stay. That was Detroit and New Orleans. But I was shocked that they didn't vote it out. I was really like, yeah, they're gonna ban it. But surprisingly so, although he voted against it, So why are you coming out talking? I like what Jerry Jones said. He said, "Am I voting because it's a bad, like basically a bad play, or it shouldn't be here, or am I voting against it because the Eagles are too good at it, basically?" And that's what it comes down to. And the reason why people want it banned is because the Eagles are really good at it. It is. But I also like what Frankie Louvu said about the play. I don't know if you guys saw, she had a clip. He said the reason why he don't like it is because of the cadence. Like, you don't know. First of all, they have an advantage because they pushing everybody. That's one advantage, right? And secondly, you don't know when they're gonna hike the ball. So they get a head start on the play because you don't know when the play is gonna start. With already, so I get why Luba don't like it, because he believes it's an unstoppable play because they had the advantage on the cadence and they had advantage of pushing. So by the end of the day, you gotta beat it. They came up with it. Kudos to Nick Sirianni, whoever invented that play, and you gotta figure out just to keep them out of the short yardage situations. But I am very shocked they didn't ban it. I thought they would definitely ban it.
Huh?
What do you mean? Every play you don't know the cadence. They can switch it up at every play.
You're not hearing what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. You saying they got the advantage because you don't know when they're gonna hike the ball. That's literally every play.
No, as you don't know when to hike the ball, along with them pushing Jalen Hurts. First of all, them pushing Jalen Hurts is already an advantage. Number one.
That's true.
No, that's already an advantage. And on top of that, the cadence. So with the cadence and them pushing Jalen Hurts, it's impossible to stop. It's impossible.
So you want to go
white 80,
all right,
white
if
80.
we're running the push, we going on one. You gotta tell the defense we going on one, or we going on the clap, or we going on two.
My point is the fact that they can line up multiple guys to push Jalen Hurts. Number one,
I get that.
And
that
they get
part
a head start every time.
We good with that part, Joe.
A quarterback sneak, a regular quarterback sneak is not the same because it's like mano y mano. There's nobody pushing them. But with the push, it's different.
You're right. I just felt like the cadence part is unnecessary because that's literally every play of football.
The cadence, the problem isn't a tush push. The problem is you don't know when they're going to do it. Could they get a head start? You get a head start because it could be a false start.
But I'm with Carl. You can literally do that on any play.
I can go silent.
But there's no advantage because nobody's pushing you. That's what y'all missing.
No, we get that part.
Oh my God.
What we saying is he shouldn't. I
don't get it.
I'm in the arena with you, but I'm not like in the same section. I'm just help.
In the stretch play,
every play at the touch and
no, but
so what's the point of y'all bringing up any other play then?
What? No, my point is, what is the point of bringing up the cadence? The cadence can switch on any given play.
My point is the tush push is already unstoppable.
The cadence isn't the reason.
You don't like Frank Lou was jumping over the pile. That right there.
But the cadence ain't the reason why it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. Even if I tell you I'm about to run it on one, and I do it, and you get a head start, the Eagles are still probably going to score.
But it's less likely though. It's more likely because of the. Yes, it is.
It's the cadence plus the pushing.
Huh?
I think it's the pushing that makes it unstoppable. I don't think the cadence really matters.
Oh, I said on top of the pushing is the cadence.
No,
that's a Lou said it, and that's why they kept jumping over the pile because he kept trying to. Because with the tush push, you have to time it perfectly to try to stop it. But with the cadence, it's hard. That's the only play you have to time perfectly. A regular quarterback, you ain't got to time that perfectly.
Yeah, you do.
You don't. You know how to time all these plays perfectly.
You know why you know why you don't
time it perfectly and get the push up front, they're going to score. They're going to get the inch or the 1 yard.
Not every time. That's not true. And then
Joe,
what?
And you know why it's true? Because this is the same team that was successful at the quarterback sneak. Like Carson Wentz was killing people with the quarterback sneak. They just decided to.
But it's not automatic though.
It was automatic with them.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't numbers.
There was some numbers. Go look up the numbers.
Carson Wentz was at least a yard.
Joe, I'm telling you, go look up the numbers. Carson Wentz was cooking with the quarterback sneak, and then Philly. I'm telling you, they were good at this.
That doesn't, bro. A quarterback sneak is no comparison to the tush push. Tush push is an automatic first down.
I agree that the quarterback sneak is not the same in comparison, but I also,
especially if you know it's coming. If you know the quarterback sneak is coming,
I don't care if they know the snap count or not. I think they're probably going to get it.
Go back and look, Joe.
Philly is just really good at it. I thought Josh Allen was the best touch push quarterback according to somebody.
They don't do it right though. They don't. The Eagles got 3 dudes behind Jalen Hurts. The Bills got one dude pushing Josh Allen. I don't get it. What they doing? You got at least one guy with Josh Allen.
He still don't get why I said that. No, because Tony Romo called him the best tush push quarterback.
My goodness.
I said that because
Tony
Romo said
Romo
it.
the best tush push quarterback announcer anyway. But Carl, what was your reaction?
I'm not surprised. Well, again, I'm gonna go back to this. The only thing I'm surprised about, and I shouldn't be surprised, is that the Bills voted against it while using the play. It makes no sense. And I get Joe saying, Joe said this before in the chat, but I don't get it. Like, if you're so against it, don't run it. Don't be like, well, I'm gonna use it because I can, but I want it gone. No, don't use it. If you feel like it's unsafe for your players, then don't use the play. So how are you going to tell me that I shouldn't run a play that you tried to run just because you ain't as good at it? Now you want it banned? Get out of here. So I'm not surprised that it's not banned, though. Just if you feel like it's unsafe for your quarterback, do like the Ravens and the Chiefs and some other teams do. Use a tight end. We use Charlie Kolar. We use Mark Andrews. The Chiefs, they used to use Travis Kelce. I think they use like Noah Gray now, or maybe still use Travis Kelce.
No, they don't use Kelce.
Yeah, I'm about to say they probably use. I think they use Noah Gray now, but use a tight end, which even makes it even more hard to stop because now tight ends are bigger than quarterbacks. Yeah. So, but use a tight end. But I'm not surprised. I do shout out Detroit because I feel like the mindset of Detroit is why I shout them out. They like, look, it's a play. Plays can be stopped. We got to find a way to stop it. That's basically Dan Campbell's mindset. But yeah, I'm not surprised it's not banned because teams are starting to use it. Even college, you see it in college, kind of with teams that can use it. I've seen even teams in college run a variant of it and run like something else off of the tush push, like a sweep or something. So it's growing. I don't think it should be banned. I'm sorry, but the Bills, you're in the doghouse, bro. Like, that's so crazy to me. That's crazy. How can you want something banned that you tried to use? Oh, the Chiefs stopped me. I don't want it in the NFL no more.
But before you go to Tomo, you know it's crazy. The regular quarterback sneak. Now I think about it. The regular quarterback sneak play is more dangerous than the tush push for the quarterback. I should say.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you. Because he don't got nobody pushing him forward. He got to do it off the muscle. And you got all them big fellas in there that can grab you. Now, I do want to talk about Mark's comment. They do need to find something where the defense, if the defense can like push back and make it like basically like a rugby scrum, then I'm also cool with that.
I'm trying to think because Jerry Jones is funny. Jerry said, I don't care no more. I want to trade it for a wide receiver. My fan base love me, so I'm going to just be honest. I voted for it because the Eagles got it. Like, he's just flat out like, I'm a hater, so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you.
Everybody in the division voted against it.
I respect it.
We got to see it twice, so it makes sense. I mean, I'd rather him say it that way than come out and be like, well, I don't think it's safe. He's like, nah, they got something that's unstoppable, and I don't like it, so I want it banned. Makes sense, especially coming from Jerry Jones, the same guy who goes against everything in the NFL. They got Coke as an endorsement. He go get Pepsi. They got Ticketmaster. He go get SeatGeek. And like, bruh, everybody was wearing Reeboks. He went and got Nike. It's like, hey, bro, what are you doing? We are a co-op. Like, you can't just be doing things on your own. But anyway, Joe, I looked this up because I remember talking about this a long time ago. So pre-tush push, that's like 2017 through 2021. The Eagles converted 87.3 of their QB sneaks. Tush push era, it increased. So that's 2022 to 2024. They have converted 91.3% of the conversion rate. So they've been good at getting the quarterback that 1 yard for years. They just advanced it and started having people push. That's why I was saying the QB sneaking them. They've just been good at it.
I think the difference is the volume is much higher with the tush push. But I looked it up. Carlton Wentz is really good. 1 year he only had. What I'm looking at right now, that John said 91% for Carson Wentz alone.
That's what I'm saying.
He was 21 and 23 in one season, 2016. 40 or 46 in his career with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's good.
That's just.
But the tush, but they do like 46 in one season.
Hey,
that means it's 46 times that they got 3rd and 4th and 1. You gotta try.
That's like. Now, I mean, I get it. I get them props. They invented the play. He's got to learn how to stop it. You know what I mean? It's an automatic first down.
So let me ask this question because I know we all reacting to the actual play. And again, being in the NFC East, you already know what's going to happen on 4th and 1, maybe 3rd and 1. They do it twice. Commanders fans, y'all should be happy because Mark said it. Y'all were one of the only two teams I see actually successfully stop it outside of that highlight you showed. But if we were NFL owners, what's your vote? Are you voting to ban it?
It's for everybody or just Joe?
All of us.
On the owner of the Commanders?
Just, I mean, that's your team, so let's just say,
yeah.
If I'm the owner of the Commanders, I would definitely ban it. I would vote ban it.
No. I get why you would do that. If you're just an owner, period,
I want ban it.
I want ban it.
Yeah, because it's a competitive advantage, and I got a chance to get out the league.
Yeah, I'm about to say, obviously, if you're in the division,
I was gonna say win the East. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm voting to ban it. But me as a person, I don't care the players there. I don't
think about it. When Will Chamberlain was goaltender all the time, and then the league was like, yo, I don't know how they did it, but they said they had to vote for it. And you gotta play Will Chamberlain like 6 times a year. You like, bro, I'm gonna ban this.
So everybody, it was only like 8 teams back then.
No, facts.
How we know he was goaltender? They had cameras.
Hey, Tomo, you about to open up some can of worms? I would dig in with you though. I'm with you. I still ain't seen nothing from the 100-point game. I didn't see.
Hey, they got cameras for the goaltender, but they ain't got cameras from that game.
I didn't see some stuff before allegedly the 100-point game on video. I'm with you.
Not a snap.
The cameras weren't working that day. Come on, man.
Or flight.
Yeah, okay.
Do anybody? Y'all probably don't get that reference.
But no, Carl, you ain't vote.
I said no.
No, everybody was goaltender, but Wilt was the standout.
Okay.
He was he's like other people Tush, but shout out to the Bills.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. All the teams that voted against it, I mean, I don't know why they again voted against it because you can literally run the play. You have OTAs, training.
The Bills. Look no further than the Bills.
No. The Bills.
Y'all should have did a Tush play for Zeke.
For the last play, instead of having them hike the ball, that would have been smart, right?
No. Y'all were like 80 yards away. No.
It don't matter. I'd rather them do that than him hike the ball. Like
that was crazy. That's still crazy though.
Yeah. 2 years in a row, y'all had crazy plays in the last.
That's what I'm saying. That's the dumbest play ever. But no, they definitely should do it. Joe, y'all should do it.
No, we gonna.
Not with Jaden Daniels. Y'all got
listen with Jaden Daniels. Do you know our 4th down rate is higher than the Eagles?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we don't do the touch push, so we straight. We don't need a touch push. We straight.
But it would be another wrinkle for people to think about.
We got JD5, man. We straight.
And,
we don't need touch push.
All right, hubris.
Yeah, we're gonna move on to the Steelers, but also the Eagles are trying to expand the play though. Like they don't always do the touch push. Sometimes they hand the ball.
They need to. When they try to expand, they don't get it. They don't convert, bro. Every time they try to expand, they don't convert. When they try to get it, Saquon, I'm like, yes.
Leave that to the college kids, bro.
like just do the touch push. It's automatic, bro. Even if we know it's coming, y'all gonna get it. Don't try to be fancy with it, color more. But he ain't there no more. Stay straight.
I mean, he won a Super Bowl with him.
I was about to say that would be music to Tomo's ears, but it's a little different now.
Yeah, they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? They did something. He did something with them that he couldn't do with us. Shut up and run the ball. That's what he did. But we're gonna move on to a team that just need to go ahead and find out if they got a quarterback or not. Because last week we talked about schedules, and this week we're gonna bring up 2 more teams in the AFC North. This is one of the. Is that Najee? Where's Mark? I gotta make sure you see all Najee highlights. I just wanted to make sure.
That was a pick.
They actually got picks. Jumping over the pile, and now you got like 9 plays of the Cowboys throwing picks. I see what you're doing. Either way, I guess sometimes your best defense has to be your best offense. But we're talking about a team that finished the season 10-7 last year, and now their schedule is here. And I just asked about a quarterback, and this was the highlight that started, I think. So, Joe, bring that highlight up for me, man.
You mean schedule? Don't bring up
What's going on?
This is a highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he's smiling.
Yeah, probably the highlight of their season.
Well, I mean, we got to look at the schedule and say, man, how you feeling about it? Hey, no. I know it's a Philly team. I know it's a Pennsylvania team, but we got to switch it up, man. We got to switch it up.
Am I starting this?
You might as well.
If you want to, man, go ahead.
If I'm starting this, y'all got to enlarge the schedule, bro. I'm blind. I can't see this.
Enlarge the schedule? Okay, hold on.
I can't see this. I'm sorry.
So, with that being said,
just go back to the way I had it before. I could see it the other way when it was at the bottom or whatever. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna work something out while you do that. Go ahead.
All right, I could kind of see. Oh, dang, you took all schedule.
What am I doing? You said you can kind.
Oh my god! I'm probably gonna have to squint, but I see they got the Jets.
This go. I'm gonna face himself up. Go ahead.
All right, so I see they got the Jets, which Justin Fields return. You know, I think is that a home game?
The home game.
They're on the way. So Justin Fields revenge. They're going to New York. So they're going to New York. That's a good one, to be honest, because it's going to be defense versus defense, but they're going to have to find a way to contain Justin Fields, which they play Lamar, so it's not like they don't have experience in that. Is it left or right? So Seahawks is next. I think they'll beat the Seahawks. With Sam Darnold, you might be seeing ghosts with that defense. But excuse me, overall, I see.
That's how you feel about the schedule.
Oh, I got some gummy bears. That's how I feel about their schedule. I see, the front end. I don't see it. I don't want to say it's easy, but it's easier than the back end. I see back end. I see Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Lions, Browns, Ravens. That's a tough stretch. That's a tough stretch. Didn't even include the Bengals. What's that? The 49ers? No, that's the Bears.
It's the Bears.
That's the
Bears. Bills.
I got you.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch. I think the back end is where the back end is where the Steelers are going to be tested. The front end, it might look cool. Oh, talk about us. Talk about the Super Bowl caliber defense. Yay. Tomlinisms. And then back to mediocrity. Back to life. Back to reality. The back end is just going to smack them right into reality. So have fun in the front end because the back end is going to suck to be a Steelers fan. That's all I got.
Carl was cooking just You do not like the Steelers, man.
I know. I can go Tomo.
Go ahead.
So yeah, I actually like this schedule, but it is tough though, especially on the second half of the schedule. Like Carl said, what I don't like is, like Carl said, they got like a light schedule kind of in the first 4 weeks, but then they go on a bye week early, and then right after they bye week, they got a division game with the Browns, and then the division game with the Bengals. 2 back-to-back division games, but that can be good because they win both of those games. They can get a good early lead in the AFC North over the Ravens. But then, like Carl said, they got Green Bay, which I think they could beat a Green Bay Packers. It depends on who their quarterback going to be, man. Like, it's hard to do this when we don't know who the quarterback going to be. You got Mason Rudolph, all that stuff. But like Carl said, Chargers, who they can beat, but Bengals, who they can beat too. It's a division game. Bears, Bills, Ravens, Dolphins, Lions, division game, Browns, division game, Ravens. That post bye week schedule is pretty like tough. It is. So my feedback is they got an early bye week. So those first 4 games before the bye week, they had to capitalize on these first 4 games. If they lose to a team like the Patriots or the Jets home opener, it's gonna set them back far. You know what I mean? So, but who they quarterback gonna be? I don't know.
Mike Tomlin.
That's how we waiting for them.
Mike Tomlin, chill.
That was crazy. That's why they traded Pickens, because if he gonna be the quarterback, he's like, I ain't got time for that. But
I mean, they got Tomlin in Dallas too.
Excuse me? I say Jason Garrett worked for NBC. I don't know what you're talking about. But Mr. 8-8, you talking about some consistency, boy. That's some consistency for you.
Bro, Jeff Fisher.
Boy. Now that's a coaching tree right there.
I'm telling you, need to compare Jason Garrett to Mike Tomlin.
I'm talking about consistency. Mike Tomlin's a Super Bowl coach. You can't. Jason Garrett never seen a Super Bowl.
He won with somebody else's team.
Oh man, the shots do not stop, man. I love the AFC North. But that 4th game though, Joe, that's in. I think they play in Dublin. No, it's
Dublin. They do. Yeah, they do.
So, like you said, the first 3 games they're gonna need to make something shake. But the question is, who's the starting quarterback? I know Vaughn was in the chat and he somehow, and he came on the show and talked about how he's like, you know what, I'm gonna just see what the young quarterback's gonna be. But one thing I will say about the Steelers and the Cowboys, since we're doing comparisons, the back end of their schedule definitely makes sense.
We're brothers.
Because why would they do that? Why would they do that? You talking about, now we don't know what Chicago is going to be, but they are going to be competitive. We already know how Buffalo is. I mean, with the quarterbacks, and we just know about the 2 games, how they play against the Ravens. And Pickens isn't there anymore, so they don't have to worry about him crashing out at the end of the game with Cleveland. You know what I mean? So he re-signed Big Ben. All right. But with the 4 primetime games, and then just the question of who's the quarterback, it's so tough to look at their schedule and say where they're going to be or where they're going to place. But we do know one thing, that this team can play some defense, so we're just going to see how it all plays out. But it's definitely a tough schedule on that back end. And if the Bears are ringing, the Bears are roaring, and the Dolphins are flapping, I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough one.
Hey, Carl, I know you're excited. Y'all play the Steelers on the back end of the schedule twice.
I don't care when we play them. Keep it a buck.
I feel like when y'all, well, they be beating y'all in the season too, though. But now,
no, we beat ourselves.
Yo,
straight to the point side with that when we beat ourselves.
Am I wrong? Every time we don't commit stupid things that could be avoidable, we smoke them.
How many times I smoked the Steelers, though?
It don't matter. Don't worry about that.
I'm about to say, who you talking about?
I try to get one off. I try to get one slip one off.
But when we do, right?
I try to throw that in there real quick, like off the fly. Nah, we don't smoke them. But I will say this: when we don't beat ourselves, we beat them. It definitely happened last year. But I try to jazz it a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. But nah, in all seriousness though, I always say Steelers Ravens is super competitive. But like the losses we be having. Bro, we fumbled before halftime to give them 3 points, and it was like off a meaningless play. And then we missed 2 field goals. We lost by 2 points. They didn't block the field goals. They didn't put pressure on Tucker to miss. He just missed them. And then the fluke interception. That interception was so fluke on that wheel route.
Nah, he took it from him though.
It was fluke. It looked like
bro, it's not fluke. I can't.
It was fluke. He got an arm in there, and flukely got it. Like
flukely, he took it from him.
He didn't
take it from him. There.
No, he got an arm in there, and the ball, the way when they both bounced the ball, he didn't rip it off of him. They both hit the ground. The ball bounced, and he got it. You don't see him like rip it off him. Like, give me that. They hit the ground. He got it.
Oh, not like how Pickens did J. Lou face mask. All right, it wasn't like that.
No, it was nothing like that.
Okay.
Probably J. Lou was still in Dallas. Ooh, that training camp footage would be amazing.
Do you not know? We gotta talk about the Browns, but do you not know, because the NFC East is on Hard Knocks, that every episode I would have been waiting for that one moment in practice, bro.
Tuned in.
And the reason why.
You know, it's funny. I never watched Hard Knocks, but I'm watching this season.
You never watched it?
You are playing.
That's her. Never watched it.
Like even when it was new, like you never watched it?
Never watched it, bro.
That's crazy.
What?
I watched like highlights of it, like on Instagram and stuff. I never watched.
That was the greatest thing smoking. And then when Amazon tried to do their version of it, the little all or nothing.
Oh, yeah, get that out of here.
All or nothing. All or nothing is the reason why I don't like Brandon Graham. I don't know if y'all know that. I watched the one with the Eagles, and that's the reason why I don't like Brandon Graham.
I mean, mine is because he went to Michigan, but I feel you.
It was y'all last year, right, Carl?
All or nothing. I mean, you talking about Hard Knocks? No, the division, in season division. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, in season, yeah.
Yeah, but we the first team of Hard Knocks too. Coming off the Super Bowl, we were the first ever Hard Knocks.
Oh yeah, that's where all the clips with Shannon Sharp and them. That was funny.
Oh, okay, true. I seen that.
See, Joe, you gotta watch Hard Knocks, man.
I'm watching this year. My boy JD5 on there. I'm watching.
Oh, we know it's gonna be JD5 and his agent.
JD5 might be canceled by the time that come out.
Oh, what's going on?
He wanted to say something crazy so badly. I don't know if he knew he was on camera, but I know he wanted to say something crazy. Yeah.
Oh, nah, that was crazy. You gotta let people know you're doing that, bro. Especially if you're gonna post it. You gotta edit that because I know you wanted to say something. I'm with you on that one. There's another one. I think the Seahawks tried to do it recently too.
I ain't see that.
We talking about everything but the Browns schedule.
Let's go.
That's probably better for the show. Better for the show. Oh, we can talk about Shador though. Other than that,
I mean, he part of the Browns. So
look at Shador.
We can talk about Shador, but other than that, what we talking about the Browns for?
I mean, they got a schedule. They play football.
Oh, I forgot.
You know, a team coming off a 3-14 season. You know, the schedule's there. The grind never stops. Cleveland's trying to find a way to make it back to the playoffs. They made it before. You don't stop doing that, Carl. Stop doing that, Carl.
What? They made it to the playoffs and got blown out.
They made it though, Carl.
Yeah, congrats.
Bro, who was that pass? My man.
Who we trying to figure out who's the starting quarterback to a team that has a plethora of quarterbacks. It's just, it will feel good to be a Ravens or a Cincinnati Bengal fan in this division at some point. You just like, bro, the other two teams don't know what they want to do, so let's just lock in on who we need to lock in on. But like I said, coming off a 3-14 season, we got to talk about it. And they got 3 primetime games. I mean, everybody gets a Thursday night game. They also got to.
Wait, I'm about to say, hold on, Browns got. I thought the
They
Browns
don't
don't
have
have any.
primetime games.
Yeah, they don't got none.
You sure?
I thought they had none.
Oh, they counting the
4 o'clock
I'm
games.
looking at the.
No, 4 o'clock
they
and
play
morning games don't
Minnesota.
count. I don't
They
think they
play
have
Minnesota.
Oh, in London.
That don't count. That's not prime time. You
that
gotta
London
be lucky
game?
if people up.
Yeah, it's at
I don't-
9:30. I guess it was
Yeah.
counting that.
Yeah,
It's
Okay,
not
cool.
prime time.
All right.
that's staying long game, but it's not prime time. Oh, it's not London.
Some people want to say it is.
No.
Yeah, you want to get that out of here, man. We ain't giving them no sponsorships. What's that? You gotta cut the video, man. You gotta cut that a little faster next time. You gotta cut that like they need to cut their quarterback. But they do got a game in London. All right, I stand corrected. They do have a game in London, and everybody does get a Thursday night game. So
They have one?
Nah,
you
I'm about to
sure?
say, I don't think they have one.
they have no prime time. Them and the
Yeah,
Titans.
I don't think they're on prime time, bro.
How
It's
they
like
don't
3
give 'em a
teams that's not
Thursday
prime
night
time.
game?
Bro, them and the Titans don't have a
Yeah,
prime
and it's
time
another
game.
team. It's 3 teams that don't have no prime time games this year.
What? I'm looking at this. Oh, I'm still looking at the Steelers schedule. All right. So like I was saying, right? So like I was saying, fellas, you know, that's why you have producers on air. They keep you honest. You know
When you said Minnesota, I'm like, you just said Minnesota played the Steelers in London.
nah. Yeah, I'm looking at. Yep, you all right.
They don't have
Y'all all
none.
right.
It's crazy that Cam Ward doesn't have any.
Yeah, no, that is crazy. But
Yeah,
I thought every
I
team
know.
got a Thursday night
No
game.
more
That is
on
insane that
people.
they didn't even give them that much love. But anyway, Joe, bring the schedule up for us right quick.
Yes,
You
sir.
definitely have to bring it up because we still talking about the Steelers. Like we can't disrespect the Browns that much. Like
I mean,
they're
we
bad,
could.
they bad, but
I mean, we
that's because you in
could.
their division, Carl.
And I already know it's gonna be a Browns fan. Oh, the Browns beat y'all last year. Yeah, Kyle Hamilton dropped a pick. Get on my
Hey,
face.
Carl, he dropped. Y'all dropped 2 picks. Hey, Carl,
He
you can
dropped
see that,
my-
right?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, we good. We good.
All right, so out the gate, back-to-back division games. So y'all think Shador gonna be starting by like week 6?
I think he will start, bro. They say he's looking really good. Well, I think Joe Flacco will start. Let's say that.
That's what I said
Hey,
about week
I think
6.
I was about to be with you, Joe. I think Shador start week 1.
No,
Y'all know how I feel
think
about Shador.
I think Joe Flacco will start week 1, and then, but I think Joe Flacco will be pretty good though with the Browns. Joe Flacco played good with them,
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. He's like 40.
but he was good with the Colts too when he came in. He wasn't horrible.
I ain't say he was that either.
I'll
but he
never
wasn't
forget when he
good.
played the Steelers. He
Joe.
was lighting them up.
Oh, somebody lights up the Steelers. Shocking.
Yo.
But no, man. No, I think Joe Flacco will start. And with Joe Flacco starting, there will be, I think with Joe Flacco starting, knowing that Shador can be also the guy, knowing that Deshaun ain't your quarterback, the team will have a higher morale. I feel like just off that. They feel like they have a chance. But it's a tough schedule too, though.
So by week 6, Shador Sanders will be the starter for the Cleveland Browns.
Dang, you think they're gonna throw him in there in a divisional game against the Steelers?
I said by. It could be literally week 3 that he starts. But by week 6, he will be named a starter.
Oh, you ready to play Minnesota now? Yeah. But no, I can see that because Minnesota got a really good defense. What if Joe Flacco just throw a bunch of interceptions on prime time? Well, standalone game.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna say,
but
that's
then you
not
don't. No. On what car? You
Yeah, I'm
gonna
about to say
throw
you're
him
not.
against Steelers? Don't make it.
I was the Dolphins. Yeah.
I said by week
But
6.
look, but any of these games, you gonna throw them. The Packers got a pretty good defense too. I know Jordan Love like to throw picks, but they got a pretty good defense. So
Now, throw
solid.
him against the Dolphins or the
Yeah,
Patriots.
I agree. You would probably throw them in the Dolphins if you're not
How
going to
we
start week
chatting?
1.
Okay, I was waiting for you to
week.
answer that part. I'm like, how you gonna go from week 1 to saying
I'm talking. We're not talking about me.
That would actually be good. Throw him against the Dolphins and Patriots, and then you got a bye week to correct the wrongs, and then go against the Jets. Then
so
you
you'll
gotta
start?
that though.
So let me ask you: you would start on week 1, and then just let the cards fall?
Me
If he
personally,
outplayed Joe Flacco, yes,
Yeah.
start on week 1. But I think Joe Flacco will start though.
and he going against the Bengals, who we don't know if their defense is getting better, but last year it was atrocious.
Bro, the Bengals trash every beginning of the season.
So
They
I
do
mean,
start
me
off bad.
personally, this is
But
a
they got
perfect
shot
game to
week
throw
2,
him
though.
in.
They got shot week 2 though.
Hey, they got us also week 11, so he gonna have to deal with us regardless.
For week 2,
It's still gonna have to deal with us regardless.
But he's not getting there. Let Joe Flacco get hurt. Or let Joe Flacco play so horrible.
Which
Joe
I
Flacco
mean,
gonna
I don't
start.
think he's bad, but he's also 40.
I get it, but he's like, there's no need to rush the door though. No need for that.
and then
You're right, but he's also 40. That's the only thing I can't get over.
I
Joe
get you.
Flacco's like 40.
But then
He was drafted when I was in middle school.
But
when you had
quarterbacks,
Atari,
some quarterbacks,
Chill out,
I
bro.
believe, will develop better if they watch first and then they come in.
I
But if you
agree.
just like look at Bryce Young. Bryce Young, perfect example. That bad boy went to the bench and it's like, oh, okay, I okay. And they came back in.
we
and
suck
like,
again.
For the second time. But I agree with you. I can't get over the fact that Joe Flacco's 40. If Joe Flacco was younger, then I'm with you. But he's 40. And then
But
your
Joe-
other two guys, well, not the other two guys, your other guy's also a rookie. And then I think they committed, not committed, but they not gonna move away from Watson. They're gonna let it play out. So that would leave probably Pickett out the mix. So Flacco's 40, bro. I would just start Shador and just if he's playing good in training camp, not just off rip. If he's doing well in training camp, I would just start Shador and let the cards fall where they fall.
Okay, because Joe,
yes.
Miami, New England, bye week, right? Let's say Shador is playing. Then you got the Jets. We don't know what the Jets are going to be, but I think they're going to be more competitive. They already have the defense, and then they got what's my boy name from the Lions,
Oh,
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. So they're going to be more disciplined as far as playing. Then the Ravens, Raiders, 49ers. I'm with you, Carl. Start on week 1 and see where the cards fall. And then if Watson is whatever they want to do with Watson, we'll figure it out after that. But yeah.
but the Browns feel like they could possibly make I don't know, man. I like starting Joe Flacco first, unless Shador just flat out beat him. If Shador flat out beat him, then you start Shador. But if he don't, start Joe Flacco and then throw Shador in after watching Joe Flacco.
I think they'll
would
go
agree
Kenny.
if he was younger, bro. Oh,
You said what?
I said knowing them, they'll go Kenny.
I don't even know if Kenny gonna make
No,
the
they
team.
won't. They not gonna
I
play
don't-
Kenny Pickett.
Bro, I don't even know if he's gonna make the team. They got what 5 quarterbacks on the roster?
Oh no, they do got the youngin.
See,
what
I
is
look
it,
like some
Dylan?
head coaches.
They got Dylan Gabriel, which I mean, I ain't the biggest fan of Dylan Gabriel. I thought he was cool. I thought he was more of a college guy though.
But he been getting killed by Shador in training camp. I heard.
Yeah, I thought Dylan Gabriel was more of a college guy.
He might have been the one that threw that pass that you was looking at earlier.
That was him.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
him
him.
and Shador.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking at that. I just heard you say what was the pass, and I only seen it at the end.
Yeah, he threw a pick too.
Well, I will say this. I mean, we went through the schedules, and of course, we're going to do our panels. So this AFC North one is going to be very, very interesting because I want to see what they got to say about the Browns this
You
year.
already know what he's about to say. Probably gonna be wrong, but you already know what he's gonna say. We're gonna win the AFC North for the 3rd year in a row and then lose it. And you know, the defense, Myles Garrett, blah, 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 and finishing like 3rd or 4th place, maybe even less. So
Yo, college keep he keep that yo.
They don't give them nothing nice to say. Like they don't give them a
AFC
reason to say
North
something
rivalry,
nice.
bro. I don't like him at all.
At least in like our division, our teams do something where you kind of got to compliment the other players. Like they not giving them nothing nice to say.
the past 2-3 years we've been doing the panel, he always been saying we're gonna win the AFC North.
I'm just talking about all.
They came close 2 years ago. I give them that. They
But
came
you talking
real
about the
close.
Steelers. If it was a Bengals fan, you would have talked about them. Like
I actually rock with the Bengals a little bit.
Yeah, he got a Bengals love in that Super Bowl run.
I actually rock with the Bengals a little bit.
it's just the other two.
I don't mess with the Steelers at all, and neither do I. I don't like the Browns either.
The Browns just don't respect him at all.
I get the Browns some respect. They always got a formidable defense, but they are sons.
Yeah, I mean, well, sound like another team in the division. We just let another team get 2 Super Bowls, so now they feel like the gap. They want to keep talking about the gap. They still in baby gap. But this is the R2L Lockerman segment, and this right here, the Lockerman segment here is, we want to let you know that these are our opinions on this segment. Again, you see the cash down there, so we letting you know that we pick sports, also prop bets as well. You can add them to your parlay, or you can also do a single bet. But again, these are our opinions. So when you place this bet, and if you win, when you win, not even gonna say win, we're gonna speak some positivity into it. When you win, because we've been cooking, just like they've been doing in the Archwell Parlay chat. Shout out to y'all fellas out there. You come back, become a member, and tell us what you won off. And if you lost, you still become a member because we got a parlay chat for you so you can bounce back. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And Carl, Joe, which one are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I got mine.
Go ahead, Carl. I'm ready too. Go ahead.
So the prop isn't up, but that doesn't matter. Max Fried is one of the best pitchers in the American League, along with Scuba. I had to throw that out there before somebody like, what do you mean? Not even talking Scuba? Yes, him too. But that's beside the point. Max Fried has been one of the best pitchers. He's going against the Rockies, who absolutely stink. They're worse than the White Sox last year. If you watched baseball last year, you know that's tough to top. Give me Max Fried strikeouts over. I don't know the number because it's not up yet. I'm gonna look again, but it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Whatever the number is, you just take the over and you just live with the outcome. I gave y'all the Nationals at plus money last week and we cashed. So there we go.
I'm sorry. I meant to throw that out there too in the intro. These are for games that start tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yep. Just wanted to let them know. So
Yankees ain't throw the first pitch yet today. It's tomorrow.
And if you're watching this on Saturday, that's for the game today. So make sure you put the parlay in. But if you're watching it tonight live, it's for Saturday.
Appreciate you, Tomo.
Yep. Joe, you ready?
Yeah, if I'm not correct, if I'm looking at this correctly, like Anthony Edwards points is at 28 points.
I got you. Give me one second. Anthony Edwards over under is at 27.5. So yep, if you go over 28.
I'm taking it over.
28.
First game at home. Got a chance to go down 0-3. Give me Anthony Edwards over 27.5.
Okay. The one bet I was going to put in, they actually play tonight, and this is another Dallas team that made it to a conference championship before the Cowboys have in 30 years. Jesus. But they've been getting me some money, so I can't pick it because they're playing now.
I was about to say, Tomo, love the stars.
It would have been a sweet bet because I won the last one. So I'm just saying the star. I might have to switch teams. I'm just saying. I might have to go down. I might have to celebrate with the Caps and the Stars. But we'll see. But I'm sticking with the NHL. I heard you, Carl. I'm sticking with the NHL, and I'm going with the Florida Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes at -1.5. The odds say is plus 170.
172 is correct.
172.
I'm looking at it on FanDuel.
Bet I gotta get off the ESPN app. Then I'm going FanDuel. So with that being said, you said plus 172 at -1.5. Florida Panthers over the Hurricanes.
That's good.
Let's get it.
All right, my last words. Shout out to the whole R2R network. Shout out to the whole R2R family. Shout out to all of our members. Tomo's going to go over that. As you can see on the bottom, shout out to my boy AJ. Also, we have Unfazed every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure y'all check us out. My boy likes the Wolves. I know he's sad right now, even though he picked OKC to win. That's how I know OKC is good, because he picked the Wolves. And that's why it might seem like I got something against the Wolves, because that's AJ's team. So, you know, there's a little something there.
For that.
Huh?
You said that's his team. He's going to get you for that one.
I mean, that's one of his teams.
And Bibby here. So he right.
You inciting a riot at this point. He works for the T-Wolves, bro. That's a difference. I get you, AJ.
Nah, he roots for the T-Wolves, though. You know?
He works for them.
Yeah.
But if I work for the Commanders,
I'm about to say, yeah. I went to Michigan State.
He's work with the Celtics, and that Bama act like he ain't a Celtics fan.
Nah, he actually just be keeping it honest.
Honest? He more of a Knicks fan than a Celtics fan.
I don't even know what y'all talking about.
Big Kendrick body Brunson. But
Kendrick Perkins.
But also
Perkins is banned.
He was on the championship video. I don't understand why they put him on there, all people.
Because he won it.
No, what? So a lot of other people did too. Put Paul Pierce in there. He's a Celtic.
Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo.
Paul Pierce is a true Celtic.
Eddie House probably over Kendrick Perkins.
For real, he actually on the daggone news and stuff. Someone local station.
Perkins was on there at 1.2, right?
That's what I'm saying. But he more of a big body Brunson type dude. He loved New York Knicks. But anyway, there you go. But also shout out to y'all too. Great show. Shout out to my boy Dave. And listen, man, Commanders. I mean, we remain on face. That's all I gotta say about them. And the Kings. once again, I gotta see one free agent. I gotta see one off season, see where my GM is going. Outside of that, Kings fans, I don't want to be hearing y'all talking about people don't have no faith. I mean, have you been a Kings fan since 2000? Then you understand what I'm talking about. I'm in a group chat and people talking about you don't have no faith. So,
Yo,
what are you talking about? Why should I?
He said so.
You probably still with that same girl that you know ain't good for you, but you got faith. And just move on, cuz. I'm moving on. That's why I'm not moving on, but I'm not holding on to the faith. I'm mentally withdrawn from the job right now.
He said so.
So yeah, that's what I gotta say.
Hey, Joe, you funny for that.
Joe, we have HOA meetings down at the local pool hall, man. Just come on down there, man. We'll get you like a glass of apple juice, whatever you sipping on, man. Because don't give up on the team like that, man. I know you.
No, I'm not giving up. I'm just saying, like, I ain't got no faith. Straight up. Keeping the buck.
Go ahead, Carl.
Hey, first of all, appreciate y'all for having me on the show as always. It was fun. I had fun. Shout out Tyrese Haliburton. Shout out to Holly Band. All right, I got my show up here, CTC, Carl Talking College. Sorry, Carl Talking College listeners. No excuse. I just been BSing. Episode will come out tomorrow, reviewing the Big Ten. I promise you. And I don't make promises. So
Big Ten.
I promise you the Big Ten review will be tomorrow.
You guarantee it?
I guarantee it. It will be tomorrow. But other than that, you know, Sparty on. I'm excited for college football. The Chipotle Classic is in effect. No, excuse me, Chipotle Bowl. Excuse me, that's the Chipotle Bowl in football. It isn't. Wait, are we in full? We in full effect, right?
Yeah, we'll be there.
I don't even know why you sound like that. It's not like MSU just made big moves in the offseason. It's actually
It's not
people.
that, Carl. You know why? I don't know who's gonna show up at training camp. I don't know.
Oh, I got you. You don't say less. I know what you're saying. Say less. But yeah, shout out MSU. Shout out South Carolina. Real quick, I do want to go on a tangent. I saw somewhere that Lenore Sellers is supposed to be like the number one quarterback prospect in 2026. And do y'all even know who Lenore Sellers is?
No.
Crazy, right? I love Lenore Sellers. She's South Carolina's quarterback. Love him to death.
Writing it down.
He's not the number one quarterback prospect coming out in 2026. I'm sorry, not sorry. It's not Lenore Sellers. But love him. I hope he has a great year with South Carolina. Hopefully we can, I love Beamer Ball. Hopefully we beat Virginia Tech. Next, Ravens, you know what I'm saying? I've talked a lot of trash on this podcast. I need y'all to back me up or I will be clipped now at this point. So please come ready to ball this year. I already know 8 will. I need the rest of y'all to follow with them. And last but not least, Detroit, we constantly get disrespected. Cade, I could have lived without that news, Joe. Why you do that to me? Getting all them votes and he's still third team. That's crazy. But at least we got there. At least we got I don't remember the last time we had an all-team player, all-NBA player. Probably was Blake Griffin. So again, Cade is doing things that Blake Griffin laid the foundation for. And Tigers, we down 2-0, top of the 6. Come on, man. This is a divisional game against the Guardians. We need to win this win this series. We only lost 4 series this entire year out of 16. Don't want to make it 5 against the Guardians.
Yeah, they already beat y'all. Makes sense.
Okay, Joe. Thank you.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Believe land.
Still 10 games more than the Nets.
My last words is you see it right there. Subscribe to In the Red Corner as well. We talk all things boxing. Again, boxing. No exhibitions, no celebrity boxing matches, just pure, real boxing. You get what I'm saying? So make sure y'all subscribe. We had an episode that came out last Sunday. It was definitely last Sunday.
It was last Sunday.
Yep.
Sunday that just passed.
Yep. So then we got one coming, one more Sunday after that, because we're doing 2 Sundays a month. There's a lot going on in the boxing world, as you all can see. We have rematches. We have just celebrity situations happen with the GOAT. I'm just saying, there's just a lot that we talk about on In the Red Corner. So make sure y'all tap in there as well, and make sure you click the link below and become a member. Because we have 3 levels. We have the pro level, all-star level, and the superstar level. I'll just give you a quick glimpse of each one before I get out of here. So for pro level, for $2.99, you get to join one of the sports chats on our Instagram, a part of our Instagram family. At the all-star level, for $4.99, you get that same perk as well, but you get to join multiple chats, and we have chats across the board. If you stick around at the end of the episode, you'll see all the chats that we have to offer. And of course, majority of the show is driven by the chats. So make sure you become a member and a part of the family. And then the superstar level. So we have our superstar members. Again, for $9.99, you get the works. You get the all-star and the pro level perks. but you also get to join that R2L chat, the VIP one, and that parlay chat. So just like how we did our lock 'em in segment, just think of the parlay chat as a 24/7 lock 'em in segment. And Bibby literally just said it right here, and they've been on fire. The people are speaking for itself. So make sure you join for $9.99 and get in that parlay chat at least. So, you know, just keep the money flowing because it's the gift that keeps on giving. Now, shout out to our superstar members: Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy Cardo, Coach Coombs, that is. Check out FFC. He just did an episode recently. And same thing, Dave's Doghouse. Make sure y'all tap in there as well. Javon, Lamar, Giovanni, Chris, Decorius, Mike, Taniqua, Tone, and Mike again. And for Javon, make sure y'all go check out RBO Ballers. That's RBO Vaughn, that is. And subscribe to the other shows on the network as well. We just told you about CTC. Make sure y'all check out BWT because, I mean, that's what the parlays is hitting at right now. So make sure y'all check out BWT as well.
Can I leave a disclaimer real quick? So the $9.99 is not for us to sell you picks. It's for you to become a member of the parlay chat if you so choose to be, and tell us. We're not selling picks. We're not like these guys who claim we're the best sport cappers. We hit at 70. No, we're regular guys gambling like y'all that are part of the network who decided to make a parlay chat and help each other make some money while having fun betting.
Facts.
So participate. That's all.
And that's all we got.
Go.
And that's all we have for y'all today. And we'll see y'all in the next episode on Tuesday. Tune into that game.
Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They can't.